By leveraging SAML authentication, individuals can utilize their SAML credentials to connect to Cloud Connexa, accessing a variety of resources. This approach allows for the creation of flexible access control policies, which can be universally applied or customized for specific users and groups. Typically, the responsibility of assigning users to their respective groups is managed by the server or network administrator, although this process can be made more efficient through the use of automation. Once a user is authenticated successfully, Cloud Connexa is capable of executing additional operations based on this authentication. Let me explain what I mean by that. I'm logged into our Cloud Connexa admin user interface. So let's go ahead and expand settings and go to user authentication, and you can see SAML is enabled. I have already connected to Cloud Connexa using my SAML credentials. As you can see, this is my account. At the same time, we have access groups configured in our Cloud Connexa environment. For example, accounting has access to accounting and CRM applications, sales team has access to CRM applications, and so on. But if I go back to users here, you can see when I connected to Cloud Connexa using my SAML credentials, my group is only showing default. And that's because we haven't configured group mapping yet. For successful integration of SAML group mapping in Cloud Connexa, we need to do the following. First, we need to set up and activate SAML authentication, which we've done it. You saw it in a minute ago. Second, we need to make sure that the identity provider, which in our case is Azure, is configured to send the group information. Third, we have to establish and apply group mapping rules in Cloud Connexa. And then the last step, to test the connection. So let's go ahead and look at the steps of configuring group mapping. Let's jump on the Azure admin dashboard, and then we're going to access Microsoft Entra ID. From here, we're going to click on Enterprise Applications, and then we're going to choose our SAML application. In our case, it's Cloud Connexa SAML. Then we're going to choose a single sign-on from the menu. And then on the right side, we're going to find the attributes and claims and click on Edit. Here, we're going to add a group claim. So go ahead, click on Add Group Claim. And then I'm going to choose all groups. The attribute, it's going to be group ID, and then expand advanced options, and then for the name, we're just going to type groups here. Then we're going to save this. Now, as you can see, we have claim names and some attributes here. Let's go ahead to Cloud Connexa. I'm going to put both screens side by side. So in Cloud Connexa admin user interface, click on Settings, go to User Authentication. So we're going to click on Edit, and then first step is View Attribute Mapping. This is where we need to get the correct claim name and enter it in under the right attribute. For example, for username, this is the claim name that we're going to get. Let me paste it here. Group is going to be groups. This is the one that we just created a minute ago. And then for the email is going to be the same as username. So I'm just going to copy the same thing and paste it here. For the first name, here we go. This is the claim name. I'm going to copy again, paste here, and then last name is going to be the surname, user.surname. So that's going to be paste. Click on Next, and then Complete to be done with this. Let's go back to Azure dashboard. This time, let's go back to Entra ID dashboard, and then from here, we're going to choose Groups. If you remember when we created group claim, we chose group ID as a source attribute, and this is what the group ID is the object ID. So let's copy this and head back to Cloud Connexa admin user interface. Again, under Settings, User Authentication, we're going to click on Edit. This time, we're going to choose View Group Mapping, and we have to create rules. So again, I'm going to paste that object ID here, and then for Cloud Connexa group, we're going to choose Accounting. Click on Add Rule. Now, if we have more groups, we do the same thing for each group. We're going to create a rule for each group. That's all we have to do. So now it's time to test. Let's go back to our Azure dashboard, and let's look at the users, my account on their Azure Entra ID or Microsoft Entra ID. And I'm going to select my account here and then click on group membership. And as you can see, I'm part of the accounting team. So if everything is configured properly, if I connect to our Cloud Connexa, under Cloud Connexa, I should see accounting as my group. I'm going to bring up the Connect app. As you can see, my profile is already here. Toggle the switch to connect. And I should, let me enter my credentials here. And I'm going to select no. And I should get connected in a second. Here we go. We're connected. So let's go back to our Cloud Connexa and see what happened to my group membership. So I'm going to refresh the page here. And here we go. As you can see, my group now shows accounting. So this was a quick video on how to configure SAML group mapping with Azure on Cloud Connexa. Thank you very much.